Alright guys, and so we're back for another First Impressions. Now in today's video, what we're going to be doing is talking about one of the brands that is probably making some of the greatest headway in the fragrance community. And we got a flanker from this brand that has been highly anticipated, been greatly talked about. And when you get to this point in your collecting journey, I have well over 130 to 50 fragrances in my collection at this particular point. You start to get your hands on a lot of the more redundant, profiles and scentiness, and then it's really the fun in the hobby and sort of the challenge is getting things that are a little bit more unique. And they may sometimes, when you're looking at dupes, can you really find one-to-one dupes? How close are they to the originals that you're finding? And can you really kind of find similar scentiness? Can you find differences? And so nonetheless, we got a fragrance from the brand Haramain, and the fragrance that we're going to be talking about is Haramain's Amber Oud, and this is the tobacco edition. So we're going to go through our unboxing. I got a tester of it through Haramain shop, and so again, really affordable price. I think got it for about $42 roughly. And this one is supposed to be a dupe, a sort of clone of Tobacco Vanilla by Tom Ford. Now I've smelled the original Tobacco Vanilla. It is great. Great high class and luxurious fragrance, and definitely from the Tom Ford line. But you try to go get Tobacco Vanilla, even off a discount right now, you're paying at least $160 for it, unless you go and you try to get a small bottle of it. But at that point, it really doesn't do just do. So unless we got our hands on it, and we're going to try it, test it out, and we're going to see just how well this one matches up and whether this one was worth the blind buy. But nonetheless, let's get this unboxed and we'll take a look. Pretty simple unboxing, again, no unwrapping. So there we go, Haramain Amber Oud Tobacco Edition. And if you look at the juice, just the same Haramain DNA and bottle design. They went with this sort of like maroonish, but it's still trying to, it's like a sort of red, but more like a lighter going towards pink, but nonetheless like a rose gold, if you will. And then they have that gold juice in the back. So same Haramain bottle design, again, still love it, still enjoy it. So now all that's left is really just for us to test out the fragrance. We're gonna get through our initial blind smell reactions. We're gonna test off test strip. We're gonna see how the notes compare and fare up, and then we're gonna also just see who this one is for. Is this one a dub, and where are we wearing it out to, and who is it for? All right. So when I look at Tom Ford Tobacco Vanilla, when I checked out the scent profile, and when we're thinking about this fragrance, what I'm looking at, are we gonna get a one-to-one match? So the Tobacco Vanilla DNA is gonna give you that tobacco leaf. It's gonna give you some blossom, some spicy notes. You're also gonna get that cacao, tonka bean. You're gonna get some vanilla in there as well. So those are all the notes that I'm gonna see. Does this one give off those same qualities? Does it give off the same level of spiciness? Is it a little bit more gourmand? So those are all the things that we're gonna look at. But nonetheless, we're gonna get right into it. Here we go. Off the air, we're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice atomizer. Off the opening, you're definitely getting a nice sweet and seductive. This one, you're definitely getting that cacao and tonka bean. You're getting a little bit of tobacco, but the tobacco is not overly pungent. It's not the overly most, kind of in your face tobacco leaf. Definitely, it's a little bit more smooth. So this one, to me, when I compare it to the original Tobacco Vanilla, definitely you can smell the similarities off rip in the opening first impression. It's definitely giving Tobacco Vanilla vibes. This one, to me, just off rip though, is a little bit smoother, a little bit more fresh. It's not as spicy, and it's definitely not as pungent, and maybe Tobacco Vanilla is a little much for you. I think if you want Tobacco Vanilla done a little bit more calm and subdued, this one's definitely a go. But I do think so far we're looking at least 80% similar as far as the notes. Definitely enjoying it. Good sillage in the air. This settles down. Doesn't smell synthetic to me. So I mean, so far off the opening smell test, we're 1 for 1. So definitely so far we're starting off on a great foot. All right, now we got the test strip, we got the fragrance. So we're gonna try this out again. Off the opening rip, especially to settle down the first time, definitely getting that rich tobacco with a little bit of a nice vanilla qualities to it. A little bit boozy too. It smells almost like that vanilla Coke in the right way, in a really kind of luxurious way. But nonetheless, let's see how this goes whenever we test off the test strip and as we settle it down the second time. I'm just gonna go 4 off the strip and let this air out. Definitely a nice creamy vanilla to this one. Again, the vanilla is not overly bubblegummy sweet. It's definitely nice, luxurious. It's well blended too. So again, this is really nice, well put together fragrance. Haramain does really good work for a Middle Eastern brand that is really affordable. A lot of people will look at the price of a lot of these Middle Eastern brands and think, well, it must not be as high quality. But no, this is not the case. Haramain can get you really great fragrances for really affordable prices, which is why they're so popular and why so many people in the fragrance community are really kind of gaining an affinity for them. But nonetheless, we got the fragrance settled down for a bit, so let's see how this one fares. Let's see how this one matches up to the original and to as a whole. As it settles down, this one is really good. It's really a nice sweet. So this one is definitely not a freshie. This one is your more cold weather, sort of well put together, nice, classy dress sort of occasion fragrance. This one you're getting notes like cloves in here. You're getting that cinnamon as well. You're getting, smells like a little fruity, but not overly fruity. Then you're getting that nice blossom, so really floral, sweet. This one is definitely getting more gourmand as it dries down. It's still not overly done though. It's not overly sweet, right? It's not something where it's like, oh my gosh, like this is getting obnoxious, almost leaning feminine. This is a really masculine, aromatic date night, night out fragrance, I would say. I don't think this one you would put out in the clubbing. I wouldn't put it in that tier yet because it's not the loudest, but definitely you wear this out for a night out with your special someone, definitely you'll leave a lasting impression on, no question. It settles down finally. A couple final thoughts on this off the test strip. You're getting that cacao as well. You're getting that smoky incense in here as well. Definitely has a level of smoky richness to it. And then you're getting some like resinous, almost like resins in here as well. So again, nice, complex, but really fine characteristics as far as the fragrance and as far as the scent quality. Definitely it's giving tobacco vanilla, you know, the original, but you can get it for under $70 at least, especially if you get the big bottle of it. So nonetheless, we're 2 for 2. Hope this smell test checks out. As it checks out off the test strip, we're still 2 for 2, still loving it, still really enjoying it. And this one's definitely my cold weather. It's gonna be in my cold weather rotation, no question about it. Another dub. So all that's left is to test off the skin, and then we'll go through our final points, our final thoughts about it, and we'll see just how this one fares towards the rest of the brand. There you go, skin test. Just get 3 off the skin. Let this dry down. Yeah, boozy, woody, spicy, vanillic, aromatic qualities, all wrapped up in one fragrance. Really well put together. Really satisfied with this one. I haven't smelled something like this in a little while, right? Especially I haven't really been leaning too much into niche fragrances, into niche quality fragrances. But again, you got a really nice fragrance here for under $50. I got this one for. Nonetheless, let's see how this one goes off the skin. Off the skin again, more woodsy. You're getting that dried fruit again. You're getting that vanilla. You're getting that cacao. And the nice level of smokiness off the skin, I think, and really as it dries down, I think that's really where the money's gonna be made with this fragrance. You give someone a hug and you're wearing this, they're not gonna want to let go. I think this one is really well done, well put together, nonetheless. Now, this one is it's quite a mature fragrance, I will say though. So definitely not overly youthful. You know, I think this one is gonna be for our older gentlemen, you know, here who really want to step that game up, who really want to have a extra level of complexity and depth and richness to the fragrance. I do think that this is gonna be for those type of gentlemen, but nonetheless, 3 for 3. So fragrance is a dub all together. Now let's get through our final thoughts. We'll see when and where we're gonna wear this out, what age group, and then we'll get through our final thoughts. But that's a dub, and that's a great day so far. All right, so when we finally put this one together and we get through our final thoughts, I think definitely this one is going to be your fall, winter, date night fragrance. Definitely, you don't need a whole lot of fragrances with this one. This one, 2, 3, at the most 4 sprays, and you're good. This is probably one of the better bang for your buck fragrances I've gotten my hands on. Definitely, I think this one's going to be for a little bit older gentlemen, so I'm thinking late 20s, 30s, and really into your 40s, right? I don't see a guy in his teens wearing this fragrance. I don't see a guy in his early 20s even wearing this fragrance. I think this could be a little bit much. I think that this one has a really good projection to it, to where, you know, this one can really fill up a room too, but it's also got some subtleties to it. As it dries down, I think it's going to be really intimate, so it's almost reels that person in. It really kind of invites her in to kind of want more, to kind of smell you more, wanting to get even closer, which is, you know, to me, where all the qualities of a great day night fragrance are there. Not synthetic to me at all. Again, at no point did I ever think, oh, this is too overly bubblegummy sweet. I do think this is a well put together scent, but nonetheless, guys, I'll do it. Again, first impressions of Haramain's Amber Oud Tobacco Edition. Then I accounted for another great fragrance from the line. But I'll do it, you guys. Again, if you just found my channel, make sure to like the video, make sure to comment down below any fragrances you want me to talk about. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure to hit the subscribe and follow button so you get notified anytime I drop any new fragrance videos. And then for all my returning family, for all my returning subscribers, again, I appreciate you guys. We'll continue to support the channel as we grow and continue to support the movement. All we ask you to continue to do so. Tap in with me in the comments. Let me know what you guys want, and I'll get it done going forward. But as always, guys, have a good day. We'll catch you on the next one. Much love.